Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Hold on, let me get myself together. Let me mute this.
Hello. I don't know.
Wait, is Voice Up Captain live right now? No, that's old. Wait, y'all. I'm trying to get my live together here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me mute my. Hi, Maureen. Hello, hello, hello. I really was trying to have myself together here. Wait a minute now. I wanted to play a song very quickly. Where's my you? Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is the Confessions episode. Hello, Lavette. This is the Confessions episode. This is where you can lay all your confessions at the table, honey. Hold on. I want to play. I'm going to get going and, oh. I'm at the studio, man. Man, quit playing with me, man. No, for real, don't play like that. Now, you know we're not supposed to be playing music over here, but I can give snippets. I'm going to call you back. I'm going to call you back. I'm trying to get to the hook. I was supposed to have this all set up. I know, right? I'm trying to get to the hook of the song. Wait, let me get to the hook. Now, I got this idea about the confessions. I was watching another YouTuber. I was watching Big Mo and, hey, Virginia, are you better? YouTube is so corny. You can't even play songs. And I have YouTube Premium. I should be able to play songs. They give me songs. You only can play the songs that they want you to play, which most of them are so fake. So anyway, welcome to my Confessions edition. Hi, my name is Lavette. In 2018, my daughter was murdered in Kansas City. Her name is Kanisha Washington. I must confess, because I feel angry. Absolutely, Lavette. Oh my God. That's awful. That's horrible. Are you still going through the criminal part of it? Did they find the person? Sometimes that can be the worst part, is going through the criminal part of trauma, because that can stretch out for years. Look at my new phone. You see it, Voice Up Captain? Can you see me now? 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 Yeah, I'm on my new phone. Here go my old phone. Here go my old phone. Now I got two phones. Like back in the day when I used to have 2 beepers. Yeah. I used to have one on my left hip and one on my right hip. That was back when I could tuck my shirts in when my stomach was flat and stuff. I feel like the police and let me read it from here. Clearing about my daughter's situation makes me angry when I call them because they put me on back burner. Lavette, it doesn't matter, Lavette, keep calling them. Call your the district attorney. Don't stop calling them. Get on their last nerve. Don't stop calling them. As a matter of fact, contact the NAACP in your area and talk to the president. And if you got to march on them, march on them. That always works. Call the NAACP. My assumption is that. But even if you're not, you can still call civil liberties and other organizations like that. So, yeah, stay on them. Y'all, we doing confessions. Look what I did. Isn't this cute? These are some of my confessions. And I was watching, I think it's Eat with Big Mo. And her wife they do like confessions. So I thought it was funny. Of course, my husband, me and him can't do no confessions online because it's going to turn into a whole fight. So like theirs did, but we're going to really be fighting. So I said, well, let me just do my own little confessions. Nothing major. I was going to say 1 or 2 confessions, but the limitations on that is not out. What's that called? When they can still lock you up. The something limitation. Yeah, I couldn't do some of them because, I might go to jail. So these is real light work. So let me see. Let me pick my first one. Of course, I wrote these, but I don't know which one I'm going to pick first. So let me read my first confession. Now, listen. Confessions are good for the soul. And if you find yourself a good therapist, you can go and make all your confessions. You can make all the confessions to a good therapist. When Lynette's talking. Lavette, who the person is, it was a friend of my friend, and I stopped being friends with the lady because lowered my daughter and killed her, in the police department still looking. Oh my God. It's always somebody we know. And they had my daughter's case closed, and I will not let my daughter's case close. Don't let it close. They want you to go away and stop talking about it. Don't do it. Don't keep talking. Here's my first confession, y'all. Lavette, I'm not trying to. Lavette, email me because I'm going to give you some direction on where to go with this. Email me. Okay, y'all. Here's my first confession. Now, I wrote these, but I don't know which one this is. Oh, this is, if you've done this, it was my granddaughter that, oh my God, Virginia. Oh, Virginia, you done been through too much. You just never know someone's life, their story, and what they've been through. Oh my gosh. That's too much. This confession, I know a lot of people have done this. Okay, so my first confession is, and I'm so upset because usually when I'm down here doing my YouTube, nobody's here, but now, son, are you listening to me? Yes, you are. This is my first confession. Okay, let's say when I go to pick up food, right? When I go pick up McDonald's or Burger King, whatever, like in the house, I will eat mad French fries. Now, I know I'm not the only one that does this. I will eat mad French fries out the bag and get home, and I take the fries that's more full. And I might sip out of somebody else's drink. I ain't lying, y'all. Now, if you've done that before, if you've done that before, you know, say you've done that before. If you've done that before, say that. So this is my first confession. Confessions, remember, confessions are good for the soul. If you've done that confession, oh my God, I want to play my song. If you've ever, especially if you got kids, if you've ever went and bought them food and then you ate some of the food out the bag, boy, stop capping. I know you did this before. I know you did that. The girl, stop capping. I know you have. Boy, stop capping. What? Boy, stop capping. Check your Instagram. Check your Instagram. Uh-oh, guys. Wait a minute now. Hold on. All right, that was my first confession. Yes, yes, yes. And now I'm about to pick another one. Hold on. Listen, since I got two phones, you can't tell me nothing. Now I'm like doing something else on my other phone, y'all, in a minute. Hold on. Since I got two phones now. So. Hello, everyone. Don't forget. I did. I sure did. I just sent you that situation. We ain't here for that. I'm so stupid. God damn. I cannot. I'm not in good. I can't. I can't. I'm doing confession. I'm doing confession. I cannot. I cannot. And I will not. Next. Oh shoot. That might have been one of my good ones. Hold on, y'all. Oh. Hold on. I don't know, maybe, and I can't figure it out, and I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm just not. Okay, next. This is another one. If anybody is here from my church, I would take the best candy out of the kids' Halloween bags before they would know. Virginia, you get a star for that. Where's my camera? Girl, I do the same thing. Yes. Especially I get the Snickers, anything name brand. What is it? Snickers is my favorite. The Skittles, I get them with that one big time. Okay, now if anybody's done this is my confession. In church, now this is before the world went to hell, back when we was going to church. In church, when the pastor says, turn to Matthew 10 and 13, because I always bring my Bible with me when I go to church. I fake turn to whatever. I just turn to like in the middle of something. And then, we read along. I fake reading along with the pastor because I can never find the passage. Now I can find Genesis. Genesis. It's Exodus first, Genesis, and I can find Revelation because that's the last one. Hello, Amanda. I can find Genesis, and I can find, but if you get me in the middle of the Bible, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It is a wrap. And so, yes, that is my confession. So I will like straight pretend like I'm reading the scripture along with everyone else. But now I really don't have to do that anymore because my church now we got overhead a power, we got a big old PowerPoint thing. And so now I now I can read it because it's at the top. Even with the hymnal songs, I'm not gonna say I hate hymnal songs, but hymnal songs put me to sleep. So when it's time to do a hymnal song, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm not doing the drama. I'm not really into the drama thing right now. Now, I might get back into it, but right now, nah, I ain't into it. So, anywho, yes, I fake reading the Bible and stuff when I'm at church. That's my other confession. All right, girls and boys, we have a few more. Oh, all right, let me read my next one. Now, remember, they ain't too bad because a couple of them, the statute of limitations has not run out, and so I cannot confess to any of it. This is one of my all-time favorites right here. This is another confession. I do this all the time. I used to do it worse, but now I do it sometimes. If I don't want to do something, I say that my stomach hurt. But my used to be all-time hi, eat with Philly, Phil, hi, PP. What I used to do, I'm confessing right now. What I used to do is say I had cramps. Because can't nobody deny when you got cramps and you don't want to do nothing. But now that I'm in the pause, I've been dried for over a year. Thank you, Jesus. So I can't use the period cramps no more, although I still might when people don't know I'm in the pause. But that's my confession. I will straight up say I got a stomach ache, cramps if I don't want to do something. Wait a minute now. Amanda has one. My confession is you walk in church, the mean usher would tell you where to sit. Now, wait a minute now. I used to be an usher now. I used to be an usher. I made a confession about my ushership on PP's channel. I don't want to talk about it no more. But some ushers be out of pocket. They be out of pocket. So I know what you mean. Ugh. Some of these ushers need to take a class on how to engage with the people. Why the meanest people want to be ushers? An usher should be like the friendliest person at the church. Nope. The ones who is mean always want to be a freaking usher. You know you don't even like people like that. All right, y'all. Here go my other confession. Here go my next confession. Let me see. Let me see what this one is. Oh, Lord. Now, wait a minute. The statute of limitations, I don't think I can go to jail for this one anymore. I don't think I can. One day I was at Walmart and I had a buggy full of stuff. And my pocketbook was like in the front of the buggy, and I just had stuff all over the buggy. Well, and then I used self-checkout, which I hate, but every other line was long. So I did the self-checkout, the self-scan. When I went out to my car, I noticed that I had forgot to scan a couple of things. This is my confession, okay? And they weren't expensive things, but I didn't feel like going back in the store. So I left with the stuff. And this is what I say about that. First of all, they need to stop the self checkout because Walmart is getting over. You not only do you got me spending my money in your store, now I work for you because I gotta bag up my own shit. I don't like it. My confession is you come in late and try to sneak and sit in the back of the usher bus you out. Because you know that whole back row is the usher row. The whole back row of the church belongs to the ushers. And can't nobody sit there, according to them. Or they try to take you somewhere in the church and you don't mess with certain people at the church and you ain't trying to sit next to them. The ushers be on something else. I don't want to get, that's a whole nother subject. I can't, But they will try to put you somewhere in the church. And you know, you got your designated seat in your mind at the church. At my church, at one point I used to sit on the, let me see, when you walk in, I was sitting on the left-hand side. Then for whatever reason, I switched it up and I went on the other side, which was my original side. The people don't like that. It's like, sit where you're supposed to sit. And that's it. All right, here we go. Here we go, y'all. We got 4 more of my confessions. These are my confessions. Oh, God. I just discovered this about myself. I think I talked about this already. I am really, like, as the kids say, no cap, no cap. I am really scared about what people look like under their mask. I am. Y'all, I don't know if y'all realize how much that mask disguises somebody's true identity. Their true identity is so covered. It's so, I swear to you, you think you know what somebody look like, but you don't. And as a professor who teaches at colleges that have mandatory masks, now I'm in a room full of masked faces. Full of masked faces. And and a couple of times, for whatever reasons, students might pull their mask down to drink or eat or something. And I'm always amazed about what they look like underneath their mask. I can't take it. It scares me. Not that anybody is ugly or cute or whatever. I promise you, people don't look like what you imagine in your head. They just don't, for whatever reason. I was doing a class, and I was just like, I need to see what y'all look like, for real. Like, I cannot go another minute. I need to see what people look like. So safely move to the side by yourself, dip it down, and let me just, I need to see. Hell, y'all see me because my mask ain't never on my face right, ever. It should be, but it's not. So anyway, yes. What people look like underneath their mask bothers me. That's my confession. Wait a minute, Amanda said, my confession is I love Walmart better than Target. Oh, let me tell you something about that. Target can't do nothing for me. The only thing Target can do for me is the front part of Target, the dollar or the $5 and below section, that little cutout they have. I shop there, which I always buy cute stuff. Like I got this the other day. Like, see, this is cute. I got this from there. Can y'all see it? Where's my camera? It's a light thing. It's a light. Yep, isn't that cute? I get stuff like that from Target. I got these glasses from Target. The Blu-rays, I got these from Target. They're all in that little section. I got these from Target. Hold on now. I got these. I got all these Blu-rays from Target. I got these from Target. Honestly, that's all Target can do for me. And I'll go to Starbucks and Target and get a slice of the lemon cake. And I'll go and get the Pizza Hut. I'll get personal pan pizza. That's all Target can do for me, honestly. And I do like Target now has like this little cultural section. I think last month was Latina. February, of course, will be Black History. So yes, that's the only thing Target can do for me. I can't do Target. Maureen, me either. I just don't find anything. I just don't shop there. I think they're way overpriced, and when it's not even that serious. Walmart is my Walmart. I go to Walmart at least twice a week. At minimum once. I miss 24 hours Walmart because I really have a very bad schedule. Like I've been napping on and off all day. And now it's only 7:30. What time Walmart close? They don't close at 10 tonight. So we starting to get more of our hours back now because when the pet C19, we was closing at 7, 8 o'clock, which was ridiculous. But I'm like, I will go to Walmart 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll go to Walmart at midnight. Even if I don't need anything or want anything, I'll just go. Hi, Invisible Chef. All right, y'all, I got 3 more confessions. This idea was taken from Big Mo and her wife. They do confessions on their channel, but I don't have anybody to talk to because I'm alone on my channel. Oh, God, I don't even want to say this because y'all going to think, yeah, Marie, remember they were closed? Or remember we had to wait outside before we could go in? They need to go back to 24 hours. They really do. Because I know people who are like agoraphobic or have social anxiety, social phobias, and they like to shop in the night, like later in the night when there's less people, less traffic. And so they would go to like Walmart or whatever, 3 o'clock in the morning when basically it was just the workers in there. So for people like that, I know they miss it. Although some of those people, just order online, but they need to also be able to get out. I just started watching Mo. I like their channel. It's funny. Is it Chilling with Mo? I could always check on my other phone. Okay, here's my other one. I know I'm not the only one that does this, and I first read this as a meme, and I was like, damn, I really do that. When someone asks for prayer, I will put up the prayer hands, and that's it. I will put up the prayer hands, and I really feel empathetic. I do. But I may not necessarily go into a full-fledged prayer. That's my confession. I'm gonna put the prayer hands up, and I'm upset. I'm empathetic. All of that. I am. I really am. But through the course of the day, when I finally, now you can pray anytime, but some of us, man, oh, you bad. Some of us don't really pray until we go to bed at night. And so I would have a lot to remember. I would have a lot of people to remember, between Facebook and, Instagram and all these other things that are going on in people's lives, and they're asking for prayer. Sometimes I forget. So that's my confession. Sometimes when people ask for prayer, I put up the prayer hands, and then that's it. That's as far as it goes. Now that didn't really come from me. I read that as a meme, but I agreed to it. My confession is I eat way more junk food than real food. Oh, man. Because sometimes junk food is just easier to eat. Who got time to be waiting for chicken to cook and pork chops when you could just grab you a bag of Doritos and get the same satisfaction of fullness? I love to eat a nice plate of food. I just don't want to be the one to make it. That's it. Okay. Here's my other one. I have one more to go. This is my other confession. Let me see what this is. I don't know if PP is still in here, but if you hear, you're gonna know what I'm talking about with this one. Or anyone else who enjoys a casino. If you don't enjoy a casino, then you may not understand this one. But I hope my husband ain't listening. Can y'all hear me? Oh, here I go. Kyrie, close your ears. Nosy. That's my son. This is a confession, y'all. I'm going to get this off my chest. I lie about my wins and losses when I go to the casino. I lie. I lie if I win. I lie if I lose. Because I don't want nobody tracking me. I don't want the only people I don't lie to is my gambling crew. And sometimes I lie to them. But, I got a little crew, that I run in these streets with. And we made a pact that we wouldn't lie to each other. But we have busted each other in so many casino lies that we don't trust each other no more. We don't trust each other no more. And then I had to realize that gamblers are liars. How the hell I'm going to trust you for when I know what it is? So that's my confession. I lie about my wins and I lie about my losses. And if you know any gambler, oh man, me and my friends be lying it's so bad. Okay, so we'll be like, okay, we're gonna enter a casino because we go to every New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I don't like Delaware casinos, so I don't go to Delaware casinos. So I don't. Delaware, you know why. But every one of them in I was about to say Virginia. Any casino, I like Maryland, but I live in PA, so of course PA and of course New Jersey and Atlantic City, whatever. So Well, me and my gambling crew be like, well, how much money you got? How much money you bring? Well, I don't know why we need to know each other's money business. How much you bringing? We'll talk about it, especially if we got a trip and we gonna be somewhere. Well, one of them might be in here listening, and you know it's true. Because the one that might be listening is the main one that be lying. So we'll be like, hey, Tamika, so we might take the bus to Atlantic City because we all too lazy to drive. So be like, how much you bringing? You know, we go down the road, like how much you got? How much you got? How much you got? Everybody, I don't like Delaware. Delaware don't give, I'm not a drinker, but they don't give complimentary alcohol on the floor. And then they serve their drinks in like Dixie cups. That turned me off. And I never win. I never won anything in Delaware. And yeah, I just don't like them. A couple of times that I've been, I don't like Delaware. But so anyway, we go down the aisle, right? You know how many people was with us, and we like, how much you bringing? How much you got? How much you got? So I know straight up I'll be lying. So I'll be like, I got 300. You know, I might have 350, but that ain't your business. So I got 300. So I know if I'm lying, I know they lying. The only time we don't lie, I don't know about that. I think the only time we don't lie is where I can tell when we all lost, because our mood is different. You know, if you go to the casino, you know how I feel. Like when you lose, you get back on the bus or in the car, you quiet as shit. You quiet and you re-examining your whole life. You like, you know what I could have did with that money? Why am I like this? Why did I come? But when you win, you be hyped up. You be hyped in the car. That's how I can tell when somebody lying. So if I get in the car or if I get back on the bus and I'm like, I'm going to sleep, y'all leave me the hell alone. But if I'm hyped up, you know I won. So yes, that is my confession, that I lie about my wins and losses at the casino. That's it. If you're a gambler, you know the deal. You know how we do. All right, here goes my last one. Yes, Marie, casino lies. It's terrible. It is terrible. Here we go. My last confession. Now, this is light. That's your confession, that you're always on time. Listen, I used to be like that, Amanda, because my dad is like that. My dad always had us everywhere too early. If somebody said they was having a barbecue at 3:00, here we come at 2:30. And you know, Black people barbecues don't really start. They said 3 is 6. So I was always early for everything because of that. And then I got married to somebody who don't give a damn about other people's time. And my husband is late for everything. He's late for everything and he don't care. So I always got to lie to him about, that's another confession. I lie to him about when things start so that we could possibly get there on time. Possibly get there on time because he is late for everything. I don't like that. Okay, here we go. Really here for the tea? Oh my God. He don't, and then we'll get somewhere late and act like he's on time. He really be like acting like and I'm mad and frustrated, and he act like, what? We made it. We here. I'll be so mad. Especially if it's a family event and my parents are going to be there. Well, now over these 20 years, they get it. But in the beginning, I was so embarrassed by that because I knew my daddy was on time for everything. You out here making me look bad in front of my people. Oh my God. I used to be so mad. And then I learned tell them the wrong time. So if something's going to start at 4, let me whisper because now I'm loud. If something's going to start at 4, I just tell them it's going to start at like 2:30. Cat being everybody, he does. He support everybody. He really does. All right, y'all. Now this one might take some of y'all a little back. Now and I'm gonna confess to this because it's true. I'm gonna confess to this because it is true. And it might help somebody. I don't know. Here it is. And you still be late here for the, oh my God. Y'all got to do better than that. Now, as a therapist, and I'm going to say, this is the way I worded it, but I shouldn't have worded it like this. I said, as a therapist, we may not like a client. And yes, this has happened to me. Oh, okay. Right. I said it right. So I don't know, you may have a therapist, you may not, or you may have been in counseling, you may not have. Kyrie, if you don't turn that TV down. Sir. Ugh. Gotta support my people. We need to start a positive Black sector. Yes, we do. I don't block so many channels. That's why I really don't know what's going on with a lot of what's happening in this sector, because I blocked out all negative channels. I don't even know what's going on. But anyway, let me get back to this. So as a therapist, we're people too. We call it having transference or counter transference or whatever. So it's something that we know could happen, that you just legit just don't like a client for whatever reason, right? You don't like them. So for me, and this has happened to me a couple of times, that I legit just did not like a client. And unfortunately, the client might have kind of liked me, which is why they didn't fire me or go and get a new therapist. My confession is I don't get along with Black women. This woman is so respectful and positive. My confession is I don't get along with Black. Why? This woman is so. Don't put everybody in a group though. Don't do that, because you don't know every Black woman. But let me get back to this. So as a therapist, sometimes you might have a client that you don't like. You don't like them, which is why in therapy, in our field, we have, we get together with other therapists, talk about our cases. We call it supervision. We talk to, our higher ups about, kind of what we're going through in the therapy, work, with our therapy. And it's important that you say, you know what? Let's say my supervisor's name is Bob. And I'm like, you know what, Bob? I don't like Shirley. My client Shirley, I don't like her. And so then Bob, my therapist, can help me figure out, like, what is it about her, or what's the situation? So it's not so much of a judgment. It's really trying to figure out why. It's just like you go to a new job and you go somewhere in a situation and you don't like somebody. You don't really have a real reason. It's just something about them that you just don't like. And that happens, even in the therapy client situation. So if I truly don't like somebody, and I know I don't like somebody for whatever my reasons are, the best thing I could do as a therapist is to not, treat that person anymore. It hasn't happened to me a lot, but it has happened, especially too, like with kids. It can happen too with kids, especially if it's a kid that's really aggressive or whatever, and you got to deal with this kid on a professional level. You can begin to grow. You can have feelings of, oh, I don't like this kid. I really don't like this kid. So it happens in this field. I would say, like I just said, talk to your, even as a client, if you're the client and you just don't like your therapist, I would say find a new therapist. But if you find that you don't like any of your therapists, then it may not be the therapist. It might be you. And for whatever reason, you find in fault with the therapist because of whatever issues you might be having. Let me move my phone down a little bit. Ooh. So, guys, I've gone through all of my concessions. Ooh. I would love to play more Usher, but I think if I do, they're gonna be mad at me. So yes, Boys Stop Capping. I would love to have a more positive Black sector, but I don't know. I think if you had a positive Black sector, you might not get that many views. You might not get that many views because people want the excitement, they want the drama and all of that stuff. Amanda, I just don't think it would grow. It depends. I can't say that. It can grow. It can grow. It would depend on the content. Like you would get people who was looking for positive channels. So I can't say that it wouldn't grow because that's not true. That's a stereotype of me saying that Black people only want to hear drama. That's a lie. That's a lie. When you first start off doing something, you can't focus on the views. You have to just let the people come, and it's definitely going to be slow. You're right. You're right. And like I said, we just can't say. I think it's the kind of content you put out. It's almost like if you built your channel on drama, it's hard to get your audience to change with you because the expectation is what you started with. Now, when people lock into you and like you for you and your personality, then I think they will grow with you and change with you. I see, channels that are mukbangs, and for what, usually for health reasons, they don't want to do mukbangs anymore. And so they start to change their channel and not, eating in front of the camera. Even though most mukbangers, from what I understand, they only eat that one meal a day. But I mean, it's a big meal. I guess it's still a big meal. If you really, really doing mukbang and you eating at least, you might eat 10,000 calories in a sitting or something. But as far as building a positive sector, good luck with that. Like, I don't know. I mean, Black people want positive. I mean, you go in the hair sectors or maybe like the nail sectors or the sectors where they're doing like pranks or family channels They don't have that. You know, it's not like they beefing and stuff like that over there. I don't think they are. So there are positive Black neighborhoods and sectors on YouTube. But like the algorithm is so freaking shady and messy that they will, you know, the algorithm of YouTube is going to send you what you search, and especially as a channel holder, what kind of content you put up. And so I get introduced to new channels all the time. I'm like, dang, I didn't know, like, where y'all come from? And then you find out they've been doing YouTube for years, and this is the first time you've heard about them. So sometimes you don't even get a chance to be known. I believe it could work. Positive is so broad. There is an audience out there that will watch. I believe that too. That's why I changed what I said. The Invisible Chef. You're right. I know there's a whole sector of Black channels that do crafting, right? But if you're not into crafting, you're not going to know that they exist. Or the ones that cook, and they're positive. So, and they get numbers. They get decent numbers in those sectors. So I think maybe for us, because we've been reacting to stuff over in this sector that has become very toxic and beefish, that's kind of like all we see. But it's not the truth. It's not really what's happening in a broader sense. That YouTube is so big and so broad and diverse that, and I think too, like, why aren't we seeing other cultures and their channels? Why is YouTube only sending me Black mukbangers, Black YouTubers? I know that there's a whole area of Hispanic YouTubers, Latin, Chinese or Asian or whatever. And I don't get to see those people, those channels, because YouTube has already decided what they think I like and only like, and that's what they send me. Which is not fair, because maybe I do want to be exposed to other things. But I think what's happened to us in this sector is that because we've been here for over a year in this sector, you can talk about how to start a business, how to buy my first home, etc. Oh, absolutely. All those things. And people want to know about that stuff. People definitely want to know. I think oftentimes you come to YouTube with your own, like, your own personality and your own baseline knowledge. Like, what are you knowledgeable about, and what do you want to share with people, right? So, of course, I couldn't starting a business like a store or something like that, because I've never done that, or how to buy a house. Yeah, you can talk about you could definitely talk about your experience as the consumer if you're not a real estate person. There's just so many. You can just talk about your own life. You could talk about your own life, in a positive way. I don't think Family Channels is out here. Letitia talked about starting a book club. Yes, and I've seen that be popular. And then discussing the book and all of that stuff. Yeah. It's a lot of things it's a lot of things. I think you got to take your channel, where you want your channel to go, and just Like Boy Scout Captain said, the people will come. They will come. You may not get this sector of people, but there's so many millions of other people, and they will come. You know, based on how to help today's youth is a big one. And I guarantee you it'll be a lot of Black mamas in there looking at that one. Right? How to help the youth, you know, programming, all kinds of stuff like that. there's different ways to go, especially if you don't want to be stuck. I know few of us that are content creators in this sector have said that, like, we're so bored with that same old. Where you going, son? Where you go? I got too many ways out of this house. That's how these kids always got over on me. I think they come in one way, they slicked on went the other way. Ugh. Where you going? I thought we was gonna get strawberries for that cheesecake. I don't like plain cheesecake. I want a little strawberry on it. Hey y'all, I'm sorry. Who is your 3 top positive YouTube channels? Ugh, my positive ones? I'm so terrible. I like drama. No. I'm a weirdo. So I like ASMR, head scratching videos. I like Dr. Pimple Popper. There's a couple of psychologists that I watch. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I see your keys, little boy. Where you going? Ask Jazz if he got any strawberries. I need strawberries. Is it cold outside? I'm so lazy. Is it? It's cold? I can't go outside like that. I always have frozen strawberries in the freezer, but I ate them. So my top 3 positive YouTubers. I'm not the type of person that will listen to a like I like motivational speakers, but they got to be quick with it. I'll listen to like a motivational speaker, but I love Dr. Pimple Popper. I watch all her videos. They got to really be quick with it. Like I play when I lecture, if I need the class to get motivated, there's a motivational speaker that I play his videos, which I can't think of his name right now. Hell, he be getting me motivated. I'd be like, all right, let's do this. Damn, what is his name? Oh, my memory ain't worth shit. Let me check on my other phone. Motivational. I probably already have it in here. I like him. Aliana Fix My Life. I can listen to her a little bit, but I have an attention span that's kind of not long, so you gotta get me really kind of quick. You is seriously one of my top positive. Really? Thank you, Amanda. Motivational speaker. Let me try to find him. He is really. I know a lot of people like Tony Roberts, but I just look at him like he's a crook. I don't know. I can't do him. Oh, Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas. If you need some motivation, especially if you have a son, you'll be surprised. You might ask if you have a teenage son, ask them about Eric Thomas. He probably already knows, especially if he's an athlete. If he's an athlete, he already knows about Eric Thomas. But Eric Thomas, he'll get you motivated. His audience is more like sports, but
you can't make me want what I don't want. You can't dangle something in front of my face. I don't want that. And many of you are taking anything because you don't know what you want. And so if I can do one thing for you when you leave this room, I don't want nothing from you but for you to leave this room and know what you want. What do you want in your marriage? What do you want with your son and your daughter? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? Like, how much money do you want to make a year? What do you want to drive?
Hey, Letitia. I play his videos. I teach a freshman comp, like we call it college success. How to be successful in college. And this is like for first semester college students. So they straight from high school, out of high school, first semester. And I play his videos because oftentimes, you might have a class and a lot of them are only there because, the parents told them they had to come or they needed to do something. And so they are like, God, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in college. Damn it. I just went through all them years of high school. So Eric is good for that. Like I play a lot of his stuff. I like, of course I like, psychologists. I listen to them.
Waking up like an accident. What do you want? And then once you find
out,
spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it. The reason why I speak with so much passion, E.T., why do you speak with so much authority? Because I'm talking about my life, not something that I read. I ate out of trash cans. I had no business eating out of trash cans.
That's right.
I lived in abandoned buildings. I had no business living in abandoned buildings. But E.T., your daddy wasn't in your life. Your mom was a teenage mother. You grew up. Come on, look at your shirt. That's not an excuse. There is no.
Yeah, he's good. If you I didn't even know my son was up on him until when my son was in high school, and he was like, I know. I was actually prepping for a class, and I was playing one of his videos at my house, and my son was like, "You listen to him?" And I'm like, "You know him?" And he was like, "Yeah, my coach, plays him to get us motivated and focused." So yeah. Because oftentimes your kids will listen to other people before they listen to you. They will listen to other people. You could tell your kids the same, encourage them and say, you should do it in this direction or you should go in that direction and they don't want to hear shit you got to say. But somebody else, like the man on the moon, can tell them the same thing and they like, yeah, right? That makes sense. My oldest son has always been like that. Even when it comes to food, I could be, I'm making hot dogs. Hot dogs. I don't want no hot dog. Whatever. And then a couple of days later, he had a friend's house for the weekend or whatever, and he come home and tell me about Miss Sally's hot dogs. The best goddamn hot dog he ever had in his life. And I'm looking at him like, you got a goddamn nerve, because Sally bought them hot dogs from the same goddamn place I bought hot dogs from. We both bought the same packs of hot dogs, but her hot dogs was better than mine. So that's the way kids are. So sometimes it takes somebody else to motivate them. Definitely take. Letitia, you starting a book club? I used to really be into books. Oh my God, I used to. Especially back in the 90s when a lot of urban authors hit the scene, and everybody was reading kind of the same authors. You would see people at the bus stop. You would see people at the, everywhere, just everywhere reading the same books. And everybody was into those books. And especially too, when Oprah started talking about book clubs and stuff, it became very popular. But I have not read a book, an actual like novel or some sort of book in so long. I don't think we have bookstores like we used to anyway. I know one of the best bookstores, and if I'm at the train station in Philly, the 30th Street train station has it's a convenience store in the train station, but they have books, like a little bookstore in there, and they have a section of urban authors. I always get a book there before now. The last time I was on the train, they were closed. But I'll get me a book and read me like an urban love story book or something like that, because they have that section there, which I love. But yes, guys. I think that I need to go because Potomac Part 2, honey, the reunion, I got to go. But thank you, everyone. My first book someone gave me to read was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay. The classics. I think my first book that I fell in love with reading was Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web. Woo, girl, I cry on Charlotte's Web right now, honey. Charlotte's Web, The Color Purple, the book. I had that book. I read The Color Purple book so many times that I was reading the words before I even got to the words. Before I even got to the words, I was already reading the word. Oh my God. And y'all don't know, y'all might be too young for this author, E. Lynn Harris. May he rest in peace. But E. Lynn Harris, his books open us straight people up. It wasn't exposing, but he talked about gay men and the lifestyle and all of that in his books, but in a way that made you love gay men. It really did, and it made you respect gay men. It made you understand that they had feelings and a life and love. And oh my God, E. Lynn Harris. If you want a good book to read, he has a series of books before he passed away. I loved his books. On single women in 2021 dating today. I sure can. I can, because I have some, and what I told people, y'all, this is my dad. Oh my, I don't know how to turn this off. Hold on. I can't open it because oh, I declined him because he gonna tell y'all my nickname, and I can't have that exposed. So I can't do it. Daddy, I'm gonna call you back. Anyway, I will, but whenever I talk to couples or anybody tells me that they're getting married, here's my basic rules to that. And I'll get into it in the video. But you must know someone for a minimum of a year, because you need to go through every season with that person: summer, winter, spring, fall, and autumn. before you marry them, because hormonally for women, we look different each month. We look different. Our behavior could be different. We change with the seasons, and so does men. And so you need to be able to understand that your partner, and is that something you're willing to deal with in the long term? Like in December month, for me, I'm more quiet, more reserved. I'm like a bear. I want to go in hibernation. Right? That's me. You know, it took my husband understanding that about me. In the summer months, I got a little bit more energy. You know, I'm different. Fall, I'm the best. Right? So you want to be able to understand that about somebody before you marry them. So I know I never support somebody get married to somebody and you only known them 6 or 7 months. You only known them 3 months. In most cases, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. And then I was watching a YouTube channel, and the channel holder was talking about trauma bonding. Trauma bonding. You know, are you staying in relationships that are not healthy because now you have trauma bonded? You know, he cheated, you slapped him, he slapped you. So yeah, it's a lot we could talk about with that. Yes, you gotta take your time. I think as women though, we sometimes feel rushed, especially depending on your age and if you've never been married. You know, the norm is that we should be married, have children and all of that. Even though some women choose not to go that route, we feel pressured to do that. And sometimes with that pressure, we might make the wrong decision. I don't know how anybody is dating with these masks on. My daughter said there's a name for it. Now I call it maskophobia because I got a fear of what people look like underneath their masks. But I forgot what she said. Like, people don't want to show you what they look like, or they keep the mask on, you know, like way too long when they're dating, something like that. I don't know. I know dating is probably very difficult in 2021. That's like it's always been difficult. Never married and no kids. You living the best part of your life. You living your best life right now. Even though for somewhere, you know, if you want to be married and want to have kids, it may not feel that way though. It may not feel that way. I was 16 years old when I met my first boyfriend. We have been married for 30 years. You are the exception to the rule. That does not happen often. Most of marriages in the United States, half of all marriages in the United States end in divorce. Yep. Does not. If I would have married my first boyfriend, we definitely would have been divorced. Definitely would have ended up in divorce. So you're that's rare. That's rare. Well, you know, these kids today, they ain't sticking around in nothing that's hard. They ain't sticking around nothing that's difficult. They're not doing it. They're not gonna do that. And also another reason why, you know, divorces happen in the United States too is because women are independent, more independent, and can honestly, you know, financially, in a lot of cases, women can take care of themselves, where 75 years ago, 100 years ago, women couldn't own property, women didn't work, they were seen as property to their husband, so they didn't have a way out of marriages. So they would end up being stuck in these marriages oftentimes abused, with multiple children, you know, because birth control wasn't available. But now, you know, the dynamics of that has changed, and we don't have to stay in difficult marriages if we don't want to. And it was all you had. And sometimes it was all you had. It was definitely all you had. Especially if your family put you out. You know, if your family, you know, put you out and you had nowhere else to go. I think the next time I come, I wanted to play this video. I saw it on Facebook. And it was a mom and daughter like going at it with each other. And of course they videotaped and put it on live. But in their argument with so many layers of, you know, generational abuse and unhealthy relationships, poor communication skills. It was awful. It was awful to watch. And really, people in the chat, nobody thought it was funny, like the comments that I read. But it really is an example of really what's happening in a lot of people's homes. Like, you'd be surprised, you know, what's happening behind closed doors for a lot of people. And oftentimes, you know, as a clinician, we get to see what's really happening behind closed doors. Especially, I mean, I worked for many years in the community. And so I was in people's homes. And you just see the dynamics of their relationships and how they got there. You know, good, bad, and the ugly. You know. So yes, everyone, thank you for stopping by. I will see you the next time. Thank you for stopping by for my confessions. And thank you for sharing your confessions. Look, I'm looking for the off button on my new phone. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Good night.